Do you want to create a dedicated area in your yard with a built-in fire pit? In this video, we'll show you how you can do a built-in fire pit, plus we'll also show you how you can get rid of unwanted grass. Fire pit areas require a non-flammable material around the fire pit for safety reasons, and any type of rock aggregate fits this description. You can get things like pea gravel, recycled concrete, crushed granite, lava rocks, and river rocks. And then any of these items make a great choice to install in a fire pit area, and they'll also last a long time. For us, we chose the smooth river rock since we like that look best out of all of the options above. River rock is beautiful and durable, but it can be very expensive. And we went to a local garden center that sold all kinds of landscaping materials in bulk, such as dirt, mulch, and different types of rock aggregates. The cost of the river rock was about $125 a cubic yard, with an additional charge for delivery. And then we estimated for our area of 2.5 cubic yards, and this would have cost us close to $400 with delivery. I started looking around for other places to purchase the river rock and came across a company that was affiliated with the railroad that sold rock aggregate. Their river rock prices was much less per cubic yard and looked better. So when you have a large area, buying in bulk is better for many landscaping materials, especially very heavy materials such as dirt or rock. Depending on where you're placing the river rock, you might have a lot of prep or very little. Most people have grass in their backyards, which will have to be removed before the river rock is dumped on it. If you don't remove that or cover the grass to kill it with a thick barrier, it will grow through the rock, and you don't want weeds coming through your river rock either. You can cover the grass with a thick barrier such as cardboard. You can wet it down, and then when you're ready to put the rock on top, the cardboard will kill the grass underneath. We did that when we did mulching. In this case, the area underneath the fire pit, we had above ground pool that we were testing out. When we removed it, the above ground pool had already killed off the grass. And so the grass was already dead underneath the pool, but the remaining area still had grass that I had to remove. This is a labor intensive process, and since you'll need to dig beneath the grass to loosen it up and pull up the roots. Luckily, I only had about 20 square feet to dig up, so I did it by hand. If you have a larger area, you can rent a sod cutter that will do this for you. This cutter makes sod removal very easy, as you can simply walk behind the equipment as it removes the grass and leaves a fairly level patch of dirt for you. Once you have the area prepped, you're ready for your river rock. Access to the area will be determined by how much work will be required to install and spread the rock in the defined area. In our case, the delivery truck could dump the rock right on top of our fire pit area. In hindsight, the truck did leave large divots in our grass from turning and backing up due to how heavy the truck was, so I probably wouldn't have done that again. Having access to dump the rocks in the fire pit location made spreading the rock much easier. If it's not possible to dump the rock in the backyard, then you're going to have to move all the rock by hand to the backyard. The easiest way to move that would be with using a wheelbarrow or a dump cart. Our dump cart is our most favorite thing in the backyard. It took me roughly 2 or 3 hours to spread the river rock, as you see here, and around the lined out area, leaving about a foot of perimeter to install the landscape edging to make a half circle. We purchased the large river rock, which proved difficult to move with an iron rake. I had most success with filling a bucket on a highest part of the pile, letting gravity do most of the work, and then spreading it out. Once the pile was lower, then I had to use a shovel to move the rest of the rock. Now you have different fire pit edging options. To keep the river rock confined, you need to have some type of material to use as a perimeter or an edge of the fire pit area. The different choices for landscaping edging is you either have plastic or rubber edging. Since this is malleable, you can create as many different shapes and create an even tighter circle. It's fairly inexpensive and easy to install. There's also an aluminum edging that is similar to the plastic edging, but it's sturdier than the plastic version. It's also malleable, but not as bendy as the plastic, and since the metal is aluminum, it won't rust. For substantial edging look, you can choose brick pavers or concrete. We chose the metal edging since we like the look and the durability of the aluminum edging, along with the ease of installation. The aluminum edging costs more than the plastic edging that you can buy at your local Lowe's or Home Depot, but in my opinion, the metal edging looks better. It's bendable, so you can make different shapes with it, which is perfect for a half circle. It took a couple of hours to install the metal edging along the perimeter. Once the edging was finished, I moved the river rock up to the edging to cover the entire dirt area with rock. The river rock and metal edging looks great in the backyard, and the finishing touch will be our paver fire pit that will be installed next week. And if you want to see that video, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. So question for you, which is your favorite type of edging for your backyard?